Good karma will come your way. You're on the right side of history. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All good people. Thank you. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you. It's Wednesday, 6th of November 2024. We're outside the American Embassy. Trump has just been elected. We're asking America to close down Guantanamo. It's an open sore of injustice. My colleague will put the flesh on the bones of what I'm saying, but it's awful what's happening in there. So we're here today to ask them to close it down. Thank you.
Well, we're here today on a strangely historic day when Donald Trump has won the US election outside the US Embassy in 9 hours. And what the crucial thing for Guantanamo is that President Biden and his administration now have 74 days until Donald Trump's inauguration to do the right thing on Guantanamo. And what that means primarily is to release as many as possible of the 16 men that are in this poster. These are men who have long been approved for release from the prison, and what Biden needs to do to salvage something of his legacy regarding Guantanamo is to release these men. It doesn't mean closing Guantanamo entirely. That's a very difficult prospect because they're still holding men that they've accused of involvement in serious terrorism crimes, but who they've been unable to prosecute. And what happened earlier this year or a few months back was that a plea deal was negotiated for some of these men accused of involvement in the 9/11 attacks. A plea deal that would have taken the death penalty off the table, would have meant that they stayed in Guantanamo forever, but would have been looked after adequately. And when that plea deal came in front of the Biden administration, it had been negotiated by officials at Guantanamo, then they said no, and they scrapped that plan. So the men at Guantanamo who are accused of crimes are kind of stuck there. It would be very surprising if Biden does anything about that in the next 2 months. But when it comes to releasing these men who have long been approved for release, then he can do it. And in fact, a deal was established a year ago whereby the majority of these men were going to be sent for resettlement in Oman. And unfortunately, that deal coincided with the October 7th attacks in Israel, and the Biden administration pulled the resettlement. The plane was on the runway at Guantanamo. They stopped it at the last minute because of what they described as the political optics of releasing Muslim men from Guantanamo, at the same time that fundamentally they were approving Israel slaughtering Muslim men, women and children in Gaza. So he needs to get that plan back on the table now and release these men before Donald Trump gets in. Because what we know from Donald Trump's first term in office is that he will seal Guantanamo shut when he becomes president. No one will leave on his watch.